cheers and salute. Hey, you all. Coming to you live. Where? From Orlando. Where more specifically? We are coming from the parking lot as I am heading into the Magic Kingdom to embrace myself and have a wonderful day. Gotta go to work this afternoon, but I'm here this morning just because I wanted to showcase this wonderful place. Since I haven't been here literally, I haven't been here in forever. I've been having a hard time trying to get situated in the Orlando area, trying to get stuff done. I've kind of popped in and out of doing some of these videos as a hobby, and really just haven't had a chance to come in. Now, I tried to get a virtual queue this morning for Tiana, and I had a notification pop up that said, "Oh, sorry for the inconvenience, but we are down because of maintenance." So with that being said, I'm going to try again at 1, but if I'm not like the first virtual queue at like 1:30 or 2, forget it, because I've got to be at work at 4:30 and I'm not planning on being late to work. But with that being said, I'm going to go through and see some of the Halloween stuff inside of the Disney area, see some of the decorations, and just see what is around, because it's been a while. I've got to say goodbye to the Tom Sawyer Island area, since basically I'm not sad to see it go, but I'm not a fan of cars either. I don't know a lot of people that really are, other than the fact that Hollywood's already got some stuff going on over there that's, you know, which they could have just left that as cars. But, you know, it is time for Tom Sawyer's Island to be replaced. I do kind of feel it as being needed because nobody really goes over there. However, it's a nostalgic thing, so I don't know. We'll see if I can maybe get on Tron without it being a million minutes. Go try to smell some of the pirate water from the Caribbean. Just see what today brings me, or should I say morning. As Adam the Woo would say, find me a piping hot cup of coffee and enjoy myself. Just walk around. This is basically in my backyard and I can just walk around. So with that being said, join me. So with there being a Halloween party almost every day inside of the Magic Kingdom parks, I can assure you that today is going to be a busy day, because there's no blackouts for the park. Like it's going to be a full day inside of the Magic Kingdom. So with that being said, today's going to be very busy. I can already see the crowds increasing and moving up. It's kind of like floodwaters. You know, when you see water rising as rain is falling and it's flooding, that's kind of what I'm seeing right now with Disney. The Magic Kingdom is magical, but like the crowds are not, and you know, it takes a lot of patience to get yourself into these parks. So the monorail, the line's through the roof. You got 2 ferries going on both sides. It's just much easier to get on the ferries. They hold more people and hold more weight. Plus, it's kind of like a movie scene where, you know, the big reveal of the castle comes out. I mean, I'm already walking on the ferry, and if you're going over there to the monorail, you're just going to have to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. Unless you're coming in from a resort, I highly suggest just taking the ferry in the morning. You know, it's a nice morning. I would highly suggest the ferry over the monorail. So as you can see, there's already one boat over there full of people already cramming in and heading out. So you know, it holds more people. But you can tell that if they're running 2 boats today, it's going to be a busy day in the park. I can assure you, unless you've got some lightning lanes or some fast passes, you're screwed. Lightning lanes should be gone. They should have gotten away with that stuff. I can go ahead and tell you, it's just going to be a busy day. And for me, not being familiar with the parks in a while, I haven't been back in a long time. It's been probably a year since I've been in this park. I'd say probably about a year. But it's going to be interesting because I know how busy it gets on a day when there's no party. And today's going to be one of those days. So I take that back. There are 3 boats running right now. That must mean it's going to be very busy today. We're on one of the boats, one of the ferries right now. There's one returning to dock to load people, and one that's almost in the Magic Kingdom. So, like, yeah, it's a lot of boats coming through. We shall see. Stay optimistic and positive. You're headed to the happiest place on earth. There's no reason in the world to be fearful yet of the wait times. Even just walking around should be nice. There's a beautiful view of the Grand Floridian over there. And you got your Polynesian and the bungalows. And you got your ferry returning as we're leaving. And off in the distance there, you can see the boat for the Grand Floridian that's taking guests over. I'm anticipating a very busy day today. It's going to be a busy morning. I can already see all the people over there. But, you know, you make the best of it. Beautiful day to be out here. So, beautiful stroll down Main Street, USA. Beautiful stroll on a Monday morning in September. As you can see behind me, the decorations are out for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. But here you go. Start off the morning with a Starbucks. All right, guys, so I'm on Main Street. I went into the bakery, Starbucks. Went to go get a piping hot Starbucks coffee. somehow ended up with an iced coffee, not by request, but yeah, so now I'm going to be extra caffeinated this morning, which anybody who knows me knows that I'm probably not going to care. But I wanted to walk around with a hot coffee this morning and be like Adam, Adam the Woo. He always got that hot coffee. It's not hot enough out here yet. It's still the morning, so the temperatures haven't risen to unbearable temperatures yet. But here we go. I'm going to see how incredibly crazy and packed this place is, because I'm already just... The crowds, they're here. It's not a party day, so need to come back when it is a party day and the park's closed at 6 and see if it is a lot lower, the wait times. But as I get caffeinated, I will see what is open and what is available to jump on without excruciating wait times.
Good morning, everyone. We decided to come and give you a great big Magic Kingdom welcome.
And here you come now.
I'm John. Now everyone's here. I think it's time to start the day.
And that means we're going to need just a little bit of magic.
Wait, it's going to be a stampede
These are the best.
as soon as they open these ropes.
On the count of 3, everybody shout, let the magic begin. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Let the magic begin.
Hey, stampede. So, no wonder people run to this ride. As you can see, the queue line. All right, we're out. We're not even in. They haven't even made it inside yet. I want you to see what is going on. I was in line for this. All right? I was in line for this. I want you to see. I ran. I literally was sprinting once they rope dropped. I didn't even make it inside. They need to go back to virtual queue, and the virtual queue needs to work. I mean, I hate virtual queue, but if the system would work, then you might not have this problem. I mean, I can't even imagine what Tiana Bayou is like right now. I mean, they just let everybody in after rope drop. I'm already, okay, so we are past Tron. We are past Space Mountain. I get it. Today's not a, not so Mickey's Scary Halloween party. But look, Tron's already out. So you know how you're not supposed to cross the lands? They're already out of the land, basically. I mean, insane. So here's the thing. I have to work this afternoon at 4:30. So I wanted to come in and blog, and just enjoy my morning in the Magic Kingdom. Was hopeful that I would be able to get on a ride or two. I'd rather just walk around and drink my piping hot cup of pumpkin spice latte and relax. It's not the end of the world, I got to remember, some of these people, this is their first time in the park, and it's maybe their only time. And then you got your greedy people who just don't care. And you got people like me who, I've been on Tron. It is over with by the time you hold your breath. And as much as I'd like to do it, I'm not going to wait 4 or 5 hours. I mean, that, to be honest with you, realistically, that was maybe a 3-hour wait. Probably somewhere around 3-hour mark at that point. But, as I increasingly run around and try to figure out what I'm going to do with myself, sometimes just being in the Magic Kingdom is all you need. Other days it's like, oh God, I need to just get out of here. It is the most magical place on earth, but it's also my own personal hell. It's a little bit of both, You got to take the good with the bad, and it's just gotten to a point where it's gotten greedy and aggressive. And as much as I love the Magic Kingdom, it's tough. it is really tough to get on some of these rides. I mean, you know, you have some extreme wait times over at Universal, but nothing to the extent of the hours upon hours that we wait over here. I mean, well, you know, you do have those wait times at Horror Nights now. So you just got to time it right and just kind of play with the situations and hope for the best. I mean, not much more I can really do. I'm only one person. I can run, I can sneak into the lines. I mean, they need to have single riders. They need to bring back some more single rider lines. I mean, that would increasingly help my situation, since I'm usually by myself 90% of the time when I'm going anywhere. So with that being said, let's see what today brings and what I can find. So I will continue on this journey and see what is going on as I stand right now outside of the Starlight Cafe. And I'm gonna go into Fantasyland and just see what's going on. Maybe I'll get on Haunted Mansion and see the Hatbox Ghost. I haven't seen him yet. That's how long it's been since I've been here. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys, speaking of lines, want to see something crazy? I know, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Always gotta wait. Want to see something? Yeah, all right. Let's see where this line ends. Storybook Circus. All right, we're here at Rope Drop. Want to see where this thing ends? Want to see this craziness? Look, cast members about to cross into another land. You're not supposed to cross the lands. You know, you're not supposed to do that. You go Storybook Circus, and there's the line. All the way at the end of this ride. Now, what do you think this wait time is, guys? What do you think we're getting ready to get into? 100 minutes? Probably not. 200 minutes? Probably not. 300 minutes? Probably. Think about it. I mean, your entire morning is shot from doing this. So you're doing this ride. Your entire day is pretty much like your entire day is not gone, but your entire morning is. This is all you're doing this morning. If you're getting on this ride, this is all you're doing this morning. I mean, the ride lasts maybe 2 minutes. I mean, it is one of the shortest rides on property besides Tron. It's cute. You know, it's got its moments at the end of the ride. It's kind of cute with seeing Snow White and the little dwarves and stuff, but personally, man, like, you know, the you know, you get to go through the mine and all that, but oh my God, dude, like, what are people thinking? I mean, it's not like, I mean, I love the ride, but I don't know if I ever love anything enough to, I mean, more than an hour for anything is just kind of insane to me. If I really wanted to do something, I might wait an hour and 30, but I think that would be the end of it. So right now it says 65 minutes, but I don't think that is correct when that many people are standing outside of the queue line. I think that they've got that wait time so low so they can increasingly get people to come get in line. Because if people see that wait time higher, yeah, they fluctuate their wait times. So there's Bell's Castle, one of my favorites. This brings back a lot of nostalgia and memories of me when I worked over here at Fantasyland. I worked over here for a while, and let's just say I loved it and then I hated it. I loved the job. I hated trying to get to work. It was always a nightmare. And then, what was the biggest nightmare of this job? Well, we'll go ahead and show you. Stroller parking. So, you know, I signed up for this job here at Disney to become a cast member, and I wanted to work in the, you know, in attractions. I wanted to do attractions. I wanted to work with the rides, Well, instead of getting a ride to run, I get the ability to stroller park and make sure that people knew where their strollers were going and would help people find their strollers. Ma'am, what color is your stroller? Black. They're all black. What did you have hanging off of it? You know, like you had to get security involved. As much as I love this carousel, you know, merry-go-round, whatever, the music was kind of obnoxious, you know, so this was it. All right, guys, so I'm here at the Haunted Mansion. It was a 13-minute wait. This ride was nothing this morning, so rope drop can't help. Can definitely help. I've not seen the Hatbox Ghost yet, so that is what I'm most anticipating on this ride, is to see the Hatbox Ghost. So, anyways, we're right at the door, so we're getting ready to go in. After I get off this ride, I will try to get over to Tom Sawyer's Island.
Flash pictures, please. You spirits are frightfully sensitive to bright flash. Our library is well stocked with priceless first editions, only ghost stories, and marvel busts of the greatest ghost writers the literary world has ever known. They have all retired to the Haunted Mansion. Actually, we have 999 happy ones. But there's room for 1,000. Any volunteers? If you should decide to join us, final arrangements may be made at the end of the tour. Every room has
There's your Hatbox Ghost. That's what I was looking for. They replaced Donald's chair with him. So they literally replaced Donald's chair. It's like a hidden Mickey, but a hidden Donald. Get me out of here! Get me out of here!
playful spooks have interrupted
So,
our tour.
I'm upside down.
Remain seated in your
This is where they stopped me.
We will be
I love it.
seeing you in just a moment.
Well, you know, where you lean back as you're falling down the attic. It's supposed to give that sensation as you're falling out of the attic.
We have been unavoidably detained by Frankie spirits. Kindly remain seated in your doom buggy. We will continue
Of all the places to stop. Well, I was in there for a good 20 minutes. They had almost evacuated us, but they didn't. As I was leaning back, falling out of the attic, that's when I was stopped for roughly about 15 minutes as the dog was barking and the crows were crowing. But, you know, do the best you can. Enjoy the moment. There's worse places you could be. As this line has increased incredibly. And good old Toad lies up there. Let me go ahead and say some unpopular opinions. If your kids are too scared to get on a ride, don't force them on the ride. They will eventually ride the ride. I was one who hated Splash when I was first introduced to Disney. I then, a couple of years, got a little older, got on the ride, absolutely loved it. Had I had been forced on the ride, I would have been traumatized and hated the ride for the rest of my life. Don't force your kids on the rides if you can help it. You know, don't. Just because you want to ride a ride doesn't mean your kid wants to ride the ride. Let them do it on their own. I really, truly believe in that. Now, if they're 21 years old and they're refusing to ride the Haunted Mansion, force them on the ride. But not when they're a little kid. Don't do it. All right, guys. I'm getting ready to go say goodbye to Tom Sawyer's Island. Never was a big fan of the island. However, it has got some nostalgia towards it. You know, I used to go as a kid and run around over there. Some of the shots you can get of the Haunted Mansion with your camera is pretty cool. Now, I tried to get a virtual cube for this Tiana's Bayou, and I'm absolutely pissed because it kept crashing every time I would try to get one. 659, 701, 7. I did everything I could. Gonna try again at 1 o'clock, but yeah, I feel like unless I'm right away, I'm just not gonna worry about it. You know, I'm a little pissed that it's no longer Splash Mountain, so this is the first time I've been back to the park in over a year into the Magic Kingdom, and I'm looking at this thing going, okay, it'd be cool to get on it, but at what cost? The queue lines, you know, the virtual queues do work with these kind of crowds, but I mean, it's kind of nuts. I mean, I want to go over to Tom Sawyer, and I can't do that until 11 a.m. So I'm sure the line will get pretty substantial at about 11 a.m. You can tell they're test driving the boats right now. I want to go say my goodbye. But yeah, no, I'm going to try to go into the Critter Co-op and take a look at that, because it doesn't look like I'm going to be getting on Tiana's Bayou anytime soon, considering the ridiculousness. I live like 9 miles from the park, and I was on the virtual queue this morning and refreshing, and nothing. I had a reservation for the park. I think it knows that I'm a cast member, like a third party cast member. So I think that's why it booted me out. I don't know any other reason why it would, but with that being said, I'll check out the gift shop at least. I've got some time to kill until I can get on and over to the island. But the problem with getting over to that island is you get stuck over there, and then getting a return from that island is you're over there for a good amount of time over at Tom Sawyer's Island. But we'll see.
Where's your biscuits at?
Come back up to the front of the attraction and we're going to have one talk.
Of course, that light on there, you can't really see much. Little spotlight. They kind of probably need to move it. So this is my thing right here. I don't know about paying $10 for the inspiration behind Tiana's Bayou. There's your seasonings. I might have to come back and grab some of this stuff at some point. Some, you know, Louisiana hot sauce. I might could get down with some hot sauce here. You know, a lot of the theming inside of this gift shop is a lot like the ride, I'm sure. You got your critters and your, you know, different things of that nature. Very similar to, you know, it's going to be very similar to the Splash Mountain theming with the critters. It's not the same, obviously, but, you know. Still very pretty with all the lighting and the fireflies. So, as you can see, like a lot of the briar patch that's coming out of the building, a lot of that stuff has been reused. So a lot of the theming has been reused, refurbished and reused from Splash Mountain. So there was a lot of things that they could see getting away with and reusing from Splash Mountain, along with the new theming. So they were doing the best they could to, you know, save a little money here and there where they could. That's kind of how I feel about the gift shop. As the crowds increasingly get larger and larger and larger, I get less and less and less motivated to do much of anything inside the park. But we're gonna see. It looks like there's only a 20-minute standby for Big Thunder. Not terrible. That's pretty good, considering. Here's the problem I am running into, guys. So it says 20 minutes for Pirates of the Caribbean. All right, this is just one ride that I've noticed this with. So as you can see, the line is outside the ride. Absolutely not a 20-minute. There's no standby line that is 20 minutes where your line is becoming outside of the ride. That's not happening. It's just not a thing. As far as I'm concerned, you're not getting a 20-minute wait time for the Pirates of the Caribbean. If it was a true 20-minute wait time, I would be getting on the ride right now. But it is not a true 20-minute wait. So therefore, I will not be getting on the ride because it is not a true 20-minute wait. I need to come on a day when there is a party going on. I just think that is going to be more conducive for me. So anyways, I don't know. You know, there's more of my stroller parking that I dreaded and hated. It is absolutely beautiful, but the temperatures are increasing. It's getting hotter. But, you know, I'm just appreciative to be walking around for a little bit. I'm not constantly playing Frogger because everybody's in line for these rides that say 20 minutes that turn into like an hour and 40. By the way, as I'm walking through Adventureland, lo and behold, I see Jungle Cruise is down. It's not even up and running. So yeah, you got an entire Jungle Cruise group here standing out. All the cast members and stuff, as you can see over here, right behind me here. See, right behind me. They're all just kind of hanging out. Well, there is no Jungle Cruise today. It is completely down. So one less ride to ride. So what happens when one less ride is available to ride? That means that wait times jump even higher on the other rides because people want to get on rides. That's what they paid money for. That's why they're in the parks. They go to the other rides and the wait times get increasingly larger because there's no nobody over at one of the bigger attractions, which is the Jungle Cruise. I know it's getting ready to be refurbished for Christmas with the Christmas overlay, but like, man, I don't know what's going on today. Seems like it's very, very difficult to try to maneuver through the park and try to do things. You got to have a lot of patience and just be appreciative of what you can, because it's tough. But people don't mind waiting in lines, you know. I don't mind if it's 60 minutes, but you know, you can gauge whether or not it's going to be more than that. They fluctuate the times on the screens. They're not a true whatever they say. I really don't believe that anymore. It's to push the crowds through. I walk around the Magic Kingdom near the castle. I can tell you that it is packed, but not slammed. So being heavily packed out and not slammed are two different things. So with that being said, here we are. I'm walking around, checking things out. As you can see the crowds, I'm walking around. It's hit or miss. I would say the rides are increasingly heavy right now. But it is what it is. I'm always going to try to do the best I can to make the best of it. I mean, the damn marriages that I see in front of the castle, go somewhere else. There's 100 million other places to get married. You don't need to be in front of the castle. Like, it seems like the ultimate spot to do it, but like, why? It seems kind of lazy and romantic at the same time. I get it, but like, no, if I'm getting married, I'm going somewhere else on property. Hell, I'd go in front of the Pirates of the Caribbean and do it or something. I'd go inside of the Tiki Birds or something. Just be creative. Come up with something else. One of my favorite marriage proposals was how John Stamos did it. He went into the museum where of Walt and did it inside of there and had this like magical moment inside of there. He speaks about it in his book, and it's a really cool concept. I mean, you know, there's so many other places you could do it. But that's me getting on my soapbox and basically being bitter because everybody's getting married in the damn Magic Kingdom, and I constantly got to watch it, but yet I'm single. So, you know. Anyways, the point I'm making is come on, you can get outside of the box and be a little bit more creative. It's just like wearing the shirt that says, "I'm so fly, I never land." Stop wearing that shirt. There's 1,000 people walking around with the same shirt on. I get it, you know. Put a Mickey shirt on if you're gonna just wear the same as everybody else. But that, you know, I like to be a little bit different and experience things a little bit different than everybody else. I don't like to fall in line and do the same thing as everybody else.
Sitting down looking through the slide back door, wondering which way it's gonna go. That groove I'm crazy about. See how rapid free trade. She gonna feel so good.
There's the best job on property. Look at the crowd. Holy crap. Time to go bye-bye. Crowds. Busy. So fun fact, years ago, I'm talking back like I think it was 95, 96, somewhere in there. Back in the 90s, my brother was with me, and my family was with me at the time. Yeah, my family was with me at the time. And so what was going on was we were at a quick service spot. This used to be a quick service location. I remember they had high stools, and you could sit up on the counters. And my brother slipped off of the stool, and it was metal, and he chipped his tooth. Never forget it. Whole day was completely ruined. I remember he had to go to the dentist, a whole thing. I stayed back with some family and rode some rides in the Magic Kingdom. But yeah, go figure, some of the experience I've had are crazy. Yeah, and then one time I got sick, completely just full-blown sick. It was my first visit to actually Disney. I should have known at the time. I was staying at the Swan and Dolphin, and just could not stop vomiting. I remember going to one of the hospitals nearby, and just completely I was gone. I was 3 sheets to the wind, basically, just done. I was just a kid at the time. But yeah, so I'm in Tomorrowland, and this little quick service thing is now some kind of like magical moment dining dessert thing for the fireworks show. It's all right. I mean, to see the fireworks, it's cool to get the desserts and stuff. But this is the location back here where my brother chipped his tooth. So it's just a memory that I've always kind of kept. Not a good memory, but still, it's a memory. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, I don't have any family anymore. All of my family has disappeared for the most part. So with that being said, I kind of just, you know, rely on some nostalgia and stuff. You can see back here. There's some seating and stuff. And this used to be a quick service location. I don't know what they're going to do with it, if anything, ever in the future. Seems to me like there's a lot of things over in the Magic Kingdom that have been left open for interpretation. Like what's going to happen with the Stitch and the alien encounter. I loved alien encounters. Could not stand Stitch. The Stitch thing was dumb because you smelled like hot dogs when you came out. I never understood that. But I did go the last day it was open and support Stitch, but only because I liked the alien encounter ride. I wish they would bring that back, but no, it's too scary for the kids. Michael Eisner, I don't care. He was my favorite. He overdid things. They had to tone everything down and beg him to stop spending so much money in the parks. But I liked it. It was, you know, just, it was more catered towards me back then in the 90s. And now we're stuck with what we're stuck with. I'm hopeful that things will change for the better in the future, but you know, you got the purple wall that's now turned into that. Whatever this is, you know, there's some purple over there, so I don't know. You know, you really don't see people standing around at the purple wall anymore. It used to be a big thing back in the day, but oh well. You know, I'm the guy that'll chase nostalgia all day long and hope for reunions and things to be amped up and brought back from the past. But, you know, that's what I like.
I messed up tonight. I lost another fight. Lost in myself.
Can't believe we haven't finished much. No, he sounds supercalifragilistic. Super good. Sounds really good. Where'd he come from?
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when
but I'm scared of heights.
And I'm scared of swings.
You know, it might surprise you to learn that our next performer is still an eligible bachelor.
Is it the clumpy way he walks?
Or the grumpy way he talks.
Or the pear-shaped, square-shaped weirdness of his feet?
And though we know he washes well,
He always ends up sort of smelly.
But you'll never meet a fella who's as sensitive as sweet. Everyone's been a fixer-upper, that's what it's all about.
Brother, sister,
We just don't. Too sad, I can't go home.
Poor guy.
Poor curtains.
well, folks, I'd say that's a rendition we'll remember for a long time. Now, how about we do one of my favorites? You've got a friend in me.
You got a friend in me.
Hiya, Sammy. You've got problems.
I got them too.
There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, we can see it through, cause you got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me.
Aw, say, Henry, why don't we invite all our friends out there to join us for the finale?
Great idea, Sammy. Hey, gang, hit it! Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, that's why I'm bearing restities for just the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of our being home. The bees are buzzing in the streets to make some honey just for me. When you look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at the fancy ants and maybe try a few, the bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. What the?
Hey, stop!
Okay, well, that's enough.
You already had your chance.
But wait a minute.
Hey, Henry, get the hook.
Forget the hook. Get a bear trap.
Rufus, the curtain.
Remember.
Well, folks, this concludes our show. As you can see, we're still barely keeping it together. Now gather up all your bare necessities and exit out the doors on your right. What do you say, Sammy?
I say.
Hey guys, so I am walking around on Tom Sawyer's Island. I'm over here to say my goodbyes. I'm sure they're probably not going to get rid of this anytime soon. I'm sure they're in no hurry to do the construction work. They're blowing smoke and just, you know, basically saying what they want to the people to hear during the D23. Give them what they want to hear, get them excited, pump them up, and leave this here. It says this will be here for a while. I don't think this is going away anytime soon. I got Big Thunder Mountain Railroad behind me here. Now, back in the day when I used to do this, I used to go and explore on Tom Sawyer's Island, and there was like I believe it was a feather. I can't quite remember, but I think it was a feather, and if you find the feather, you would give it to a cast member, and they would walk you one free trip on one of the rides in the park. You would get to go to one of the rides at the park and move on ahead in the fast pass lane and not have to wait as long. It was kind of magical, kind of awesome, kind of cool. And I'm also missing a lot of the stuff that happened with the single riders. You don't see a lot of single riders anymore. But it's awful hot, and whew, it's a lot of playing Frogger to try to get around everybody out here. I've been here since 7 o'clock I got up at 7 o'clock this morning to do the virtual queue that didn't work. That gave me down for maintenance excuse. So I don't know. I'm walking around now just for a little bit here, and then I'm going to disappear and go home for the day. I've kind of had enough of the Magic Kingdom. Unfortunately, the happiest place on earth is very, very tough when you're by yourself. You try to enjoy the moments that you want to enjoy. Like I had a really cool encounter with one of the Peter Pans. But yeah, for the most part, man, it's tough. But it's nice out here. I love Tom Sawyer's Island. We'll walk around and show you some of this stuff here. One of the cool things about Tom Sawyer's Island that I've noticed was that you get a really cool view of the Haunted Mansion from the backside of it. And this gives like a 1960s, kind of an old school Disney vibe. You don't really get a whole lot of that anymore. So to get that little old school Disney nostalgia coming out of here, it's awesome. There's not a lot of that left, so. I remember back in the day when this was open and you could come over here and you could get like some barbecue or some food or like a little dessert. I used to get like apple pie, pumpkin pie, you know, that kind of thing over here. It was great. Gone. See, you could sit out here. It was great. It's called Aunt Polly's, I remember. See, you can even see the sign, Aunt Polly's. This place was great. But like I was saying, it's hot out here. That is one of the coolest views of the Haunted Mansion you're gonna get out here. And I absolutely love this little gazebo out here with everything. It's very cool. I hate to see all this go, but nobody really comes out here, so you know, whatever. It is what it is. But great view from the backside of the Haunted Mansion. There you go. Now this is the other thing that's going away, the steamboat. It's not going to be here much longer. So, you've not been on the steamboat, you might as well go do it. It's getting ready to go bye-bye. Doesn't take you hardly anywhere, but it was something. If you stood on the top and the steam would burn your arm or burn your hand very, very quickly with the water coming out. So, I'd be careful. But this was the thing. Great way to take a nap, honestly. A little hobo nap on Disney property after all the stress of being here. All right, guys, going in. Super creepy, and there's like no supervision. This is so old school. This is like super fun. To hang out in a little cave back here. And the things you could do in the cave, and nobody would catch you doing it. But it's very cool. I love it back here. I'm surprised there's no snakes back here. Really surprised. There's no like wildlife living inside of here. You would think, you know, when nobody's back here, would be a bunch of wildlife. And of course, it just brings you right back out. All the way to the backside. So now you gotta walk all the way back around. Yep. Lots of benches and stuff. See, one thing I always thought about was, what about bringing a date to Tom Sawyer's Island and having a picnic? How romantic would that be? I've always been that guy who was like, oh, let's go to Tom Sawyer's Island and let's have a picnic, you know? There's a spot at the top with a picnic table. I've always thought about it, but, you know, gotta have somebody first that's wanting to be a part of all that, and then you gotta be able to get the food and smuggle it in through Disney and not have it go bad in the heat of but yeah, you can't go to the top now, it's closed. That's kind of disappointing. But hey, look, there's my cock. No, I'm kidding. There's an ass. I love it. Good old school animatronics. Yeah, theming's real great when you got a Disney trash can coming right in front of you. So I want to show you my favorite thing on the Magic Kingdom's property. I know this is kind of crazy, but yeah, this is like one of my favorite things right up here. Yep. Yeah, we're getting closer to it. I'll have to show it to you. This is like one of my favorite things right here. Here we go. Kind of reminds me of the Goonies. So, you know, if you've ever seen the movie The Goonies, this definitely reminds me of it. It's one of my all-time favorite things on the Magic Kingdom's property. And I really feel like this is going away. And it's fine. It's probably time for it to go away. But the nostalgia, man, it's just like some of the last old school kind of reminds me of the scene from the Goonies where they're running through the cave before they get to the ship. Hello down there. Kind of reminds me of the scene with the coin and the bucket where Corey Feldman is talking about Goonies will never die. And how the coins were all somebody's dreams. But he took his coin back because that coin was his dream and he wanted to take it back. Now this just goes on and on and on. Could you imagine getting stuck out here overnight? How crazy would that be? See, there's an exit. There's a way out of it. And there's a haunted mansion. And away we go. Alright guys, so I had said earlier that this was where my spot would have been. So, you know, you got your nice little creek here. Well, how romantic would it be to sit at one of these park benches and have a date? I know, it's different. It's not some fancy restaurant, but like the thought that counts, you know? How cool would this be? I'm really surprised there's no snakes. Well, you know, you gotta go to the top of the tree house. This is no Swiss Family Robinson, but hey, playground. You know, spend all this money to come to Disney, and what do you kids want to do? They want to play in the playground. Hey, there's your wildlife. Found it. Isn't that wild? That big building and there's nothing in there. Now it is time to get... So this is going to about conclude my day in the park. I'm literally heading over to... I'm gonna go try to see if I can get on Pirates of the Caribbean, see if the wait time's not crazy, and then probably skip out of the park. It is crazy today. I've inserted some pictures of the crowds. It's a Monday. You gotta understand, and what I understand to be true, that today is not a park day with an event. So there's no Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. So everybody's here all at once. I think there's only like 1 or 2 days of no party, and then the rest of the week is party. So, you know, people are going absolutely bonkers over the park right now, and it's gotten crazy. I've been here since rope drop, and whew, I'm exhausted. I'm about ready to pull the plug, but yeah, the heat and everything else today. But yeah, 30-minute wait time, and people are hanging outside the ride. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a no for me, and swim my way out towards the front of the park. All right, guys. So I'm basically swimming through the crowds right now. I'm gonna be swimming through them all the way back to the front of the park. This is crazy. Yeah, I want to see what a day is going to be like inside of the parks where they have a party at 6 o'clock. I bet you during the day there's like nobody in here. I'm pretty sure there's nobody in here if they're doing a party during the day. So that's going to be my next goal, is to try to get in here for that, because I'm literally playing Frogger. You have to like dodge around people. You have to bob and weave through the crowds. I mean, that's basically what you got to do, because there's nowhere really to walk. They've run out of room. I mean, you know, when you put this many people inside of a park, but this is like this all the time. You know, Universal has an excuse for Halloween Horror Nights. You know, there's only 9 weeks, like 9 weeks or whatever of that. And, you know, but then again, I feel like everybody's getting greedy. All right, guys. I think I'm allergic to all these people. At this point, I'm kind of just feeling like I need to make my way, maybe grab a snack and bail out. But, you know, there's a good old Winnie the Pooh there. I bet you if you touch him, he's 1,000,000 degrees with all that metal. Oh yeah, you seem to forget that we have all these Halloween decorations up. You know, always fun to see those. You know, go to Home Goods and pay anywhere from $40 to $100 for just something shaped like Mickey that's got kind of resembles a pumpkin. But anyways, guys, I am making my way out towards the hubgrass. Good old classic Casey's Corner. And beautiful day though, beautiful castle. Alright guys, it is time for me to bail on the Magic Kingdom and head to work soon over at Disney Springs. But as I make my way out with the crowds, I want everybody to be kind to one another, stay hungry, happy, healthy, and just be good to each other and make the best of a crazy situation. If you've got one, always find the positive in everything, regardless of how bad it was today. I know that there'll be other days, and I know that the park's not going anywhere, and I know that there will be days that'll be a lot less crazy if they stop being greedy. So, as you can see, as I walk down Main Street, USA, crowds, everywhere. But you expect it to be somewhat crowded, but the wait times are just bonkers. Like, I'm not waiting 45 minutes for a cup of coffee. Like, that's just half of what I'm not gonna do. But I'm gonna walk through the Emporium, maybe see if I see anything crazy, different than what I'm used to seeing, and then bail out. With that being said, you guys have a wonderful afternoon, evening, and be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I've got more content coming at some point. So you guys enjoy. Have a wonderful day. The blog is over.